So let's get into it without further ado, man. We had a lot of new music that dropped this weekend. And I think that one of our personal favorites is Benny the Butcher, Bird in the Proof.
Yes.
I like, first off, you're going to hear us, and sometimes y'all might get frustrated with me where you might say, hey, we talked about this already. But I think that it's a good thing to keep what we got going, to revisit it. So a few episodes ago, I was criticizing Chris Brown of naming his album Breezy and how I like my artists to, think outside the box. Stop naming your album Carter 3, Carter 6, whatever. Bird in the Proof. And it sounded dope. I didn't do the research behind what it meant.
Term. That's like a court term. It's like a legal term, yo.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it means something, to Benny. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that not only is the album title of it official, but then the track list, the album is official. So it give you that Reasonable Doubt, Illmatic, ready to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a dope title cover, a dope title album, a dope title of an album with a nice body of work. To me, I'm from that era.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
I'm with you.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Benny the Butcher.
Yeah, from the album title to the sound, I think it was all on purpose.
Everything was strategically placed together.
It was supposed to, because honestly, I guess because I know Benny's music and a lot of people don't. Like his last full-length project was called Tana Talk 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually listen to that, it sounds like, if you want to compare him to like Jay-Z when they first came out, right? It sounds like Tana Talk 3 was his Reasonable Doubt. And now this one is his blueprint, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I can go with
like
that.
Like the evolution of his music.
It's the evolution of his music. Like we're going to talk about evolution later with another artist. But yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Like the sound of it. Like it's supposed to sound like a Rockefeller album. Late night.
Right.
I think
he did that on purpose.
And the album cover kind of reminds you of something like a Jay would do. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing over the top. It's just me and all of, you know what I mean? And I'm just cool with it. So yeah, it does give you that Rockefeller feel. And I'm not mad. And it gives you that blueprint feel actually with a lot of the melody
samples. And if you actually like listen to his interviews and stuff like that, Benny big up Hove a lot.
Yeah.
Like even on Tana Talk 3, he has a song called 97 Hove. Mm-hmm. Like he talks about him a lot. Like all of this is on purpose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's pretty
He actually talk about signing with The Rock, like being managed by
Rock Nation
a couple times on this album. Like it's all on purpose.
Yeah. I when it comes to Griselda, there's some things that you can't shake, and that's the Wu-Tang affiliate, the Wu-Tang comparison. Every album that they drop, there's some type of Raekwon or Wu-Tang comparison on it. Like because he has a song called 97 Hove, but they've got a song called Ghostface and the Purple. Like they got songs, and even on Conway's album, it was like y'all might think he reminds y'all of Raekwon, but you know what I'm saying. Like every album, there's the Rockefeller Wu-Tang comparison, and I love that they're letting you know that they love the people that they listen to instead of coming and saying, fuck them old heads, even though they old heads, but it's fuck them old heads, we the young dudes and we taking over. I never liked that era.
Right.
So it's the homage, basically. They paying homage.
Pay homage.
They music, you know what I mean?
And plus, to be honest, it just seems like because they haven't been on the scene, quote unquote, in so long, you think they're young, but they not. Like they're grown-ass men.
Yeah.
So they seem like they're young dudes coming up in the game, but they not. Like they old as hell, yo. Like they in their mid-30s. It's just that they
as dope as we think these albums are, and a lot of other people might, I don't think the industry is going to really embrace them the way they should. You know what I'm saying? They'll never be the superstars that they should.
Right.
Music.
Like
they kind of like the Locks. They're going to be like what the Locks is. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know. Because what do we need right now? I think that
a hit record, bro. Hit record.
Not that, but just watching the reaction to Benny, at least the people I follow on social media, that was all people talked about. And once you get the people talking, then that's when the people who swear they care and know about music get to talking.
So that's when you get him hooked up with a Katy Perry or a such and such. I get it.
There are some people right now who want to know who this Benny guy is.
Yeah.
So I think that he has the opportunity to be bigger than them just because I think he wants to be. I think the Locks did what they wanted to do. I don't think the Locks wanted.
I think he would be the Jadakiss of the Griselda, and their careers would be parallel to the Lox. I don't think they would cross over. I don't think they will even try to cross over.
But what about?
I don't think they will want to make a hit record, bro.
When we say crossover, what about what X
the
did?
charts? And
I know, but what about?
I don't think they would do that though.
No. I'm saying like X never felt like a crossover artist, right? He just brought the griminess to the single. Like all I Want Is You. That was a grimy ass single that the ladies still love. So I think if Benny keep it street, but still rap to the ladies, I think he got one. You don't have to, you know what I mean, put too much sugar on it. He can still be Benny, cater to the women, and still keep it hood. I think he can do that.
I mean, we're going to talk about like the whole classic stuff in a little bit, but I think that's the only reason it wouldn't be considered like a universal classic.
Because it doesn't have a hit single on it, right?
We're going to talk about classics in a little bit. Let's talk about it now. Talk to me, Jarrell. You had some bold
stuff. He said it. Yeah, he said it.
Let's talk about it.
I think it's a classic for me. There's no skips on it.
Yeah.
It's really not.
There's no skips on it. And I'm not even saying that like just because it ain't no skips on it, it's supposed to be a classic.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like the perfect blend of like the type of lyricism that we like, street, and the type of beats that they picked. Like they're modern beats, but they have like a grimy feel to them, even though they still like they have like commercial sounds in them though.
Like the timeless joint.
Right. Exactly.
John Wayne, yeah. That thing.
And the joint with Dom Kennedy and the Over the Limit joint.
Over the Limit, yep.
Yeah, that's a song that might have been a hit in the late 90s. So it's just not a hit now because people don't gravitate to that sound.
Hit Boy saved the best for last. This was the last of the projects that he entirely produced.
I believe so.
I think he saved the best for last, because some of these joints, a lot of these joints, production-wise, is killing the Nas album, to me.
Yes.
To me, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, they are.
So I'm just like, Nas, how you didn't get these joints first in your Nas?
And plus, though, we have to talk about Westside Gunn, too, because even though somebody say he's not a rapper, whatever, he's the one who executive produced this. He's the one who picked the beats out.
Damn.
He's the one who he's the one who picked these beats out for him.
Damn.
I'm going to be honest.
Put this together.
I don't hear Nas on these beats. These are not Nas type of beats. We've never heard Nas on these type of beats.
Okay, I disagree.
I can say that about the songs that was on his last album, though.
That's what I was saying.
A lot of them beats he wouldn't have rapped on either. Like, I'm glad he did, though.
But those beats weren't too over the top. Where, to me, here's my opinion on Nas's career. Nas is more of the rapper than the beat. And sometimes if you do hear Nas on the crazy beat, it's a blessing. Like, we ain't going to get another Hate Me Now. We're not going to get another
I understand that.
some type of records. But most of Nas's career has been his voice. He's the artist.
Y'all use beats for help. We help the beats. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So to me, that's kind of like the Lox theory is too, just like you said. Put me on some. I don't need nothing over the top. And even the Lox album just dropped, right? But what's their go-to? Just let us bar the shit out of these records. And I think Nas's technique is let me just get on my storytelling shit and just get into my lane.
I just feel like some of these records Nas could have got on, man. He could have got on a couple of these records.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of people don't. This is why I call it a classic, to be honest. It's not a bad feature on here. Right. All the beats are dope. Even without Benny, if you take him out of it,
it's still dope songs.
It's still dope. Like all of his verses was dope. And he's in the pocket right now to me that it's not no matter what he says, it's going to be a dope verse. Like none of these verses are better than the other. All of them are consistent. And I don't know if that makes sense either.
I know what you're saying. They're consistent.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a single stand-alone verse on this entire album.
Here's my thing too, right? Like,
but they're still dope. Like it's still like it could be monotonous depending on the rapper,
or the listener.
Here's my thing, right? We're saying that Nas passed up on all these beats. I don't hear nobody, but I don't know why now. Maybe because Benny owned this, but I don't hear nobody on these beats but Benny right now.
That's how perfect it was, though.
Because that's what I'm saying, though.
But Flaw, these obviously all weren't for Benny, though.
That's what I'm. Of course not.
They weren't.
Watch the Throne joint.
Jay-Z and Kanye, timeless. So that's what I'm saying.
So it's imagine all the rest of this stuff could have went to anybody.
Right.
But don't think my man's out and Jay-Z passed off.
It's kind of like it's kind of like how
I'm just saying this ain't the same sandwich. That's all. I'm not saying it's a difference between good and great. I think Nas' album was good. I think Benny's album.
This is a great album. Yes.
Right.
This is a great album.
And I also say that what Nas did was what Nas needed. You know what I mean? What Conway did, even though it wasn't produced by Hit Boy, but Conway be getting some Hit Boy productions. What Conway did was what Conway needed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What West Side Gun did. So I think everybody brought it home to me. I'm only listening to, in my rotation, in the era where everything is microwavable, I'm still listening to the Nas, I'm listening to the Conway, I'm listening to Benny the Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I think it's dope how they put them all out at the same time. Damn near, like
it just feels good. I was saying this before we started. It just feels good screaming their name for 2 years now. The whole timeline jumping.
Yeah.
Whole damn timeline.
He's like he a proud dad. Like
no, I'm saying
proud
it
dad.
feel good, man. It feels real good. It feels real good. I feel nice. It feels good.
I like they roll out, man. The way they roll their albums out, man.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ant, because this is something that we talked about in the group. And we also going to talk about this young man later, but we can collaborate them now. Hitman, we got to get a Hit Boy his flowers, bro.
Yes, absolutely.
Is this the rollout Kanye wish he had last year or 2 years ago with his 7-album rollout?
Of course. Absolutely, this is what Kanye wanted. But, you know, Jarrell said something in the group, and I've been saying it for a while. Kanye musically has been over for years.
Oh, I thought that was that's a completely different subject. We're gonna talk about later, right?
So
I need more than just a couple minutes on that.
That's why the rollout wasn't the same, because
we can go right into it. Then we can go right into it.
No, well, no,
the music wasn't there.
Okay.
We can go right into it. To segue, and it's, you know, to give Hit Boy his flowers because of what he's done to me. He's giving me that RZA feel. You know, I bring Wu-Tang into this because I remember that year we talked about this last week.
Yeah, when he dropped everything.
Liquid Swords and Only Built for Cuba Links dropped the same year, and nobody talks about that. But we're talking about two of the best albums
in hip hop history.
Yeah,
and RZA did that. Hit Boy.
Yeah, that's not normal.
King's Disease. Don't forget about Big Sean's
Detroit 2.
Number 1.
Right.
Detroit 2 went number 1. Nas was top 10 for 4 decades thanks to the Hit Boy production, right? Nas had a top 10
in
album.
4 decades, yep.
I think so. And now it's Benny the Butcher, I think, is coming number 1 on hip-hop Apple charts.
Hold on. And that's not even... And to be honest, that's just the music that we like.
Right.
You don't know... You know how much stuff Hit Boy... has done from artists that we don't listen to. Like he's one of the best. Like he's the number 1 hip hop producer in the game right now.
And let's keep it a buck.
And plus, didn't he win his verses? Didn't he have a verses?
I think he had. It was a different
verses, right?
It wasn't a verses. It was different. Joe Budden set it up. It wasn't an official verses.
But Title got it though. I think Title got it. It was him versus some shit. Him versus somebody.
They have a real playlist on Title.
Yes, I'm about to go. I'm about to look at it right now
because I listened to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I did it, but that's when Joe Budden was setting up a few of them things. Joe Budden set that up.
Hit Boy versus Boy Wonder.
Does it say verses?
Yeah.
Yes, it says verses. This is the versus shit.
Okay, all right. Yeah. That's what's up.
Like, because I remember watching it, but I don't remember if I watched it on the Versus channel, because back then it was just on IG.
Yeah, Versus didn't have a channel then.
Yeah, like it was different then.
Yeah.
So
that was like the T-Pain days, like the early. I'm saying the split screen with the, you know what I mean? That was the early days.
We mentioned this guy earlier, but is this enough to get Jay-Z out of his bed? This type of momentum. You see what Hit Boy doing it, and you and Hit Boy have collaborated on multiple albums. And this is another way to put another classic under your belt. It's like it's written.
I don't think so.
So go with Hit Boy right now.
I'm telling you, like,
I don't think it's enough to wake Jay up. I don't think it's enough because Jay on some other shit right now. He doing like, he bailing niggas out for jail and all that kind of shit. I mean, he doing
something to rap about. You don't think he want to rap about that?
I don't think he got the time to do it. You know what I'm saying?
This album and like Griselda niggas actually being managed by The Rock now.
They got him?
Yeah. They was at the Rock Nation, like they talked about on, like they've been on Rock Nation brunch and everything. Like they was at the last one. That's what I'm saying. Like,
crazy,
I think this might get Hov out of bed. And
I think
it's
so.
A connection. Really? It's a connection. He manages them now.
The way they just killed this last quarter, this third quarter. This is third quarter. Yeah,
Hit Boy.
Let's just say
Oh, you saying Hit Boy?
Yeah, because Hit Boy, he does a lot of Rock Nation stuff.
But I don't want to hear a Hit Boy Jay-Z collaboration album though, man. I don't think I'm here.
But Hit Boy has been producing for Jay-Z. He's been producing.
Because niggas in Paris, everybody love that song.
And it might be some more. We just didn't know it was Hit Boy at the time.
Yeah.
He was on that Magna Carta.
And Hit Boy would see, and this is what Hit Boy would do, and this is why I'm saying Benny the Butcher's album songs are for him, because Hit Boy might craft
some joints just for
Hov.
Yeah.
After 444, him collaborating with one producer, No ID. I don't want any more Jay-Z.
That's what I'm saying.
Albums. I want him to be with one. I want him to be, even if it's not Hit Boy.
Okay.
I want him to be with one producer for the rest of his
I get it because he's done that. He's done that already in his whole career. He's produced with everybody.
Yeah. And that's the wave now. That's really the wave.
But that's how it was. That's how it was when hip hop first started. MC came out with one producer. He produced the whole joint. Who? That's how it was.
MC who?
I said one MC came out.
Oh, yeah.
And was produced by one producer.
And you had Dre, RZA, Eric Sherman. Like Eric Sherman produced everything for Redman.
Eric Sherman, yep. Was like
first run, everything was RZA.
All the stuff Swiss did.
Swiss.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Manny Fresh.
All of that stuff is Swiss.
Manny Fresh.
All of that stuff is Manny Fresh. RZA. Producer.
Beats by the Pound for No Limit. I miss all of those one producer type
organized
of
noise.
Organized noise, yeah.